Welcome to Infini Scale Models. I'm Jason, your host, and I do models. How is everyone doing today? We are back working on switch number 1002. It's the one I did the P13 trace repair, and I thought I was streaming this whole time, and instead I was recording the video. So we are just going to hook this up for testing. This is switch number 1002, and we are just hooking it back up for testing. I really thought I was streaming and I was just recording the video. So, yeah, so I was not streaming this whole time. So, that was quite interesting. So, let's get some of this stuff hooked up. And while I am doing this, I am going to test this whole thermal pad idea I had to see if that matters or makes a difference. We're just going to get this hooked back up here. Come on, let's get in here. That's the one that doesn't normally cause me that much grief. Alright, let's get this last one of these ribbons hooked up. Okay, so there's that. We need the speakers. Forgot about the speakers. So this one goes here. Hey Phil, how's it going? Hey Philip, how you doing? Yeah, I figured you'd be busy, Phil. You said you were taking it easy yesterday. We're just going to see if this works today. And then we're going to mess with that error code. So, and I'm going to test that thermal pad idea and see what that does. So, but in order to do that, I need this to work. So, but whether it docks or not, I'm still going to test the thermal pad idea before I take it apart again. So yeah, so that's going to be a thing. So isn't it still morning there, Phil? Hey David, how's it going? Aren't you supposed to take the morning off? Have a nice relaxing Sunday drive. Isn't that what you guys do? Through the countryside? Yeah, that was probably very stereotypical, and I probably shouldn't have said that. Well, that sounds like a plan. I did not put the fan in. That was real nice. Okay, who caught that, huh? Nobody caught that. I got an email yesterday, last night, and I didn't get to read it till this morning. And the guy who sent me that iFixit kit that I didn't care for, I ended up sending that back to him because I felt I wasn't going to use it, and it, I figured it would go to better to somebody that would get some use out of it. So I sent it back to him, and he was very appreciative of it. So apparently he's sending me some color-coded drivers, Phillips driver and a Y driver that's color-coded. Yeah, so... Yeah, I know Phil is doing less streams, and I know I'm not as exciting as Phil on the streams with my mad good skills. But I was honestly thinking that maybe I should stream on one of his days that he doesn't stream. If that would be alright with Phil, if he would think that would be a good idea. I don't know. So, like on one of the days he doesn't stream or release a video, I was thinking I could stream in that time slot or something. And then, but see, I really don't get the fixing thing done. I get the breaking done, so I don't know how much people find that interesting, or me interesting for that matter. So, I don't know. It's a thought. I'd have to work some things out. I don't like this connector. I don't like that connector at all. Alright, so... Alright, I got that plastic off of that thermal pad this time. So there's a thermal pad there instead of thermal adhesive. We're going to give it a whirl. Now, if this still doesn't dock, we're going to give that thermal pad a good test drive here. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, not more your permission, Phil, just what you thought of the idea. I meant to ask you on chat, but we were talking about so many other weird things. So I was just, I don't know. I was thinking about it, and it might be a good idea for me to get some more exposure is to, maybe take up like a time slot that you're not doing anymore. Because you seem like to get a good amount of people at that time, consistently between 35 and 45 people. So I was just thinking maybe I could, snag some of that market. I mean, I don't expect to get that many people, but yeah, that's cool, Philip. It'd be interesting to see that. I mean, I can't make it a regular thing because of medical reasons. I don't normally function well at that time of day. But I think I could do something from like like 3 p.m. my time to about 6 p.m. my time, which is, I believe, like 4 to 8 or 4 to 9 for you all. No, I don't know. I'll always put a screw in there. How many people put a screw in there not thinking it's for the SD card? Yeah, that's how I feel. The more the merrier. I mean, I did miss Rossman's stream last night. So was it last night? Or, no, it was Friday night's stream. Rossman did a stream Friday night. I missed that. I've been going to his streams a little bit more lately. I didn't care for him too much, but now that I'm understanding, what's going on more, I find I enjoy his streams more. A lot of off topic in his streams, though. It's still good. Okay, so we're just going to put the 4 screws in this and then call it and chest it. Okay, so please God, I hope I hooked up that battery. Let me see if I didn't hook the battery up. Yeah, I know you're a mod on Rossman, which is pretty cool. So alright, let's make sure this turns on. Yeah, it does. Okay, so this turns on. Make sure everything works on it, and then I will get the dock going here. Yep, I got touch. So let us get the dock. Where is the dock? There is the dock. So we will plug this in here, and we will plug this into here, and we will back all the way out so we can see what's going on. And this is why I want that 4 input capture card fill, so I can have one for games that I just plug in my HDMI to. And now I know this is set up, so if I go to this right here, so now let's see if this docks. And still nothing. Still nothing. It is charging the battery. Alright, so again, it could be this dock. So hold on one second. Donovan, can you go try to dock this on the TV, please? Careful. Thank you. See if it docks for me, please. He's going to go dock that on the TV because I have yet to see this dock work, this one that I have here, and I'm not even quite sure that it does work. So I'm not 100% sure. Let's get that off of there, and let's plug my scope back in because we're going to have to look at this stuff here. Okay, get my scope plugged back in, make sure it comes up. Yep, it does. So, okay, so now, who wants to get an idea of, yeah, it's what it is. It's a mini dock. It's got the insides. It docks?
Yep.
Oh, my son says it docks. So, yeah, so you know what? I have a sneaking suspicion that this HDMI cable is the culprit in this. Hold on a second. Hey, buddy, can I have... Let me see something here. We're just going to hold that. I'm going to pull your monitor here. And I'm going to plug it into this. And I'm going to plug this into this. Okay. And let's see here. And you sure it docked on the TV?
Yes.
Yeah, because it doesn't want to dock on anything. Yeah, that dock is horrible. Yeah, that dock is awful. I don't understand why that dock won't work. So he says it docks on the TV. So I'm going to take his word on it. I will test it again later, but this is fixed. In my book, this is fixed. So, all right. Let's see here. Let's get a pair of Joy-Cons out here. Get my Joy-Con box. I just made a huge mess. So I got two Joy-Cons here. Alright. Okay, both those pair. Let's see if I can get, yeah, y'all can see this, so, yeah, I'm very disappointed in that dock, very disappointed in it. I'm just going to get a real one, or one of the ones made by Nintendo. That's supposed to have Nintendo parts in it, but, yeah, that's not a thing that's happening here. So, let me go to settings. Let me go to internet, make sure the internet works. Alright, searching for network. I'm going to enter my password because I don't share my password. Okay, so there we go. So I entered the password. Boom, connected to the internet, so that's good. Alright, so the internet is connected to, let's do a test game here. I don't have a game in there, but it does have, we did test Smash Brothers on it. So, let's put in Isaac. Yep, Isaac works. Let's see if it, well, let's see if it updates. Okay, so we're going to download an update. I probably shouldn't have done that. So, this is fixed. I still need to confirm it on the TV, but I want to see if it gets hot any. Why is the download paused? Why is it downloading? Okay, cancel Smash Brothers. Okay, there we go. Now it's downloading. So, no, you informed me, Phil, that this would shut down if it overheats. Is that still the case? Are you guys just talking amongst yourselves? I should just hack your stream key, Phil. Stream on nights you don't do it. It'll give you a warning and then shut down. Okay, so I'm downloading something and I don't know. Maybe it's me, but I might be feeling a warmth on the back of this thing. I don't think my fan is spinning. Oh, no, it is. Okay. Alright, let's just fire up a game here. Now, I believe these Joy-Cons may have some drift. I'm out of joysticks. And I've never played this game, so don't, never played this. This just happens to be the game that's going to get tested. Okay, so attack. Okay. Oh, Donovan, get my phone really quick. Donovan, go get my phone really quick. My alarm's going off. Hurry. So, okay, whatever. We're just going to go with it over here. Oh, yeah, I'm going to hit. Okay, I'm sure this is fun. Okay, any idea what I can do to make this overheat other than playing this game? I'm almost dead. Okay, turn it off. Yeah, that was not cool. Donovan, can you get me the games for this? Because this game, I don't like it.
I'll play it.
Well, I need to see if it overheats. Can you just go get me? Can you just go get me a game, buddy? Zelda or something. I know Zelda uses the graphics, so I'm not sure here. So I'm gonna get this thing here hooked up here. All right, so I'm gonna come in here with my Gizmo doodad, plug that in. I'm going to open up my thermal app, and I'm going to hope this works, because the battery's probably dead. What do you got in there? You got, give me something I know how to play. Zelda, just give me Zelda.
Oh, that's where this is.
Is it? Is it Zelda? Yeah, this is Zelda. Okay, we're going to put in Zelda.
Let's just take it up before we sell it.
Oh, probably should have went to the home screen. Okay. We normally play download only, so we don't do a lot of this. So we don't have a lot of games here. Yeah, dude, don't even start with that. That's not funny, Phil. I can't even tell you how bad this is going to be. Oh. Okay, let's try. Oh, of course, there's an update. Okay, so now. Okay, so the thermal camera is going here. So let's see if we can see the back of the switch, because I have this mounted on my microscope arm. So there is the back of the switch upside down. Isn't that the way it's going to look upside down? So I don't think this is going to help me through the case, but let's see here. Right about there is the heat sink. So let's just take a gander at this here. Yeah, I have software to get this on the screen, but I don't want to talk about it. Alright, so it is, everything's backwards on me here. Okay, so it's like 27 by the kickstand, and it has turned off. Let's see here. Let's just get some Zelda going. It's still downloading here. So you'd figure downloading the update would draw some heat on it. So you guys can see that, right? It's not the best picture. Did it come with a power brick? The dock? No, the dock didn't come with a power brick. I had to buy a Nintendo OEM one. Oh, you're talking to Philip. My bad. So we're just going to see if this doesn't seem to be giving me any issues. What do you guys think of the thermal camera? I have it mounted right here. What do you guys think of that? If you do it. You can make a power supply out of just about anything. The cheapest and best way to make a power supply is these little power supply kits that you can install in your bench. I'm going to let this download. I'm going to leave it underneath the camera, and I'm going to get something real quick for you guys to check out. Okay, I'm back. It doesn't seem to be getting hot doing the update. It's still got 2 minutes on the update. So let me put this back and then we'll look at the camera in a minute. I don't want my battery to die on it. This is at 23%. Okay, so this is a power supply system that I built that runs off a laptop battery charger. It has two PSUs here with multiple, like a banana jug output or a 5.5 millimeter output, and these are DC boost buck converters. So you could put in 18 volts and get so that will limit the heat. Well, I'm going to play the game in a minute, but this is two PSUs in here, so you have two separate supplies. These are 2 meters, so you can monitor current draw and power draw on a system. And then I had a PWM pulse width modulation frequency meter and an electronic load. And I made it so I could jumper in between all these with cables, so I could use multiple things at once. I could parallel my my PSUs to get more current. I could put them in series to get more voltage. But depending on what your input is, and here's my input here, I could take a 3.5 millimeter laptop power supply, or I could plug in banana jacks to give it power. It can run off a battery backup pack. It can run off anything 12 volts or higher. I believe 12 to 36 volts, up to 5 amps. But you can see the back of it is very crappily wired. This is very old. This is about I did this about 6 or 7 years ago. I built this, built the little box. Everything has its own switch to turn it on, so not everything's running at once. You only turn on what you need. Some of the switches are messed up in reverse, but I happen to have a... Oh, it's not plugged in. I can demonstrate this pretty easily. No, I can't. Okay, so let's... Who wants to see this demonstrated on how this works? Let me know if you want to see how that works. In the meantime, I will play this. So this is Zelda. This should really get the heat cranking on it, I would think. So... And again, remember guys, this has a thermal pad and not thermal paste. So, still no heat. So... Okay, so we're going to let this run at its max graphical thing there and see what happens. Yeah, you shouldn't feel DC voltage at 5 point. Yeah, DC voltage you're not going to feel that much because it doesn't have the alternating current effect of AC current. Now you can get a tingle if you have a crappy switch mode power supply in the laptop power box. You can get a tingle off of the output of the DC voltage, and that's just a crappy switch mode power supply in the laptop power supply that is actually sending AC current to the power, the DC jack, the output jack. You're actually getting some AC power leaking through to that, and that can be very dangerous, so you have to be careful about that. A lot of those switch mode power supplies and cheap laptop chargers, they actually put almost mains voltage out on the plug just in the form of like leakage current. You'll light a light bulb with it. So yeah, you got to be careful with that. So I'm still not feeling any kind of extra heat. Well, it's weird. Examine. I don't even know if this is going to be testable on a stream. Yeah, it depends. Not all cheap bricks are bad, but you can yeah, you can definitely get a shock from a cheap brick. Yeah, that sounds like you have some kind of leakage through your switch mode power supply on the brick itself, Philip. That's what that sounds like. It might not be much. It might just be enough to let you tingle, but I wouldn't recommend it. I definitely wouldn't recommend plugging some electronics into it, especially if you're trying to inject voltage. You're going to be injecting a small bit of AC along with the DC, unless you run it to a filter system. Okay, so I'm just going to let this sit here and see if anything happens. Anyways, for this, yeah, this whole unit here with all 6 of these devices in the plastic and all the connectors cost me $40. And I had 2 power supplies, 2 meters, and then the 2 things down here that most people don't need. So, but it's a pretty cool unit. It worked. I used it before I had all my desktop gear, and it worked pretty good. So you can find those modules on AliExpress, and you can just mount them in a bench, and you can have cheap power. I believe the power supply ones, the DC to DC boost buck converters, are like $8 or $9 on AliExpress, but you have to make sure you get buck boost converters. So I think this is... Why am I think... Oh. I think this is functioning fine. heat-wise. I think this is functioning fine heat-wise. I don't know. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to give it to my son while we work on something else. Okay, here we go. Here, Donovan, play this for a little bit. If anything pops up on the screen talking about any kind of pop-up, let me know. Don't touch anything and let me know, okay? And see if the back gets hot. Okay, so he's going to test that, and we are going to move on to the nightmare job. That is the switch number, nightmare job's number 1, but, you know, there's other nightmare jobs. So, let's see here. Let me find here it is. See, that wasn't put back in the right spot, and it's got me, had me flustered there for a bit. I need to charge my camera here. So, the way I have it designed, I can just plug in my charger where the camera's mounted and just charge it. Mounted to the scope. Okay, so that's going to charge up. Okay, let us get this garbage out of here. My test game up there. So that switch seems to be good to go. That did the trace repair, so I count that as a fix. Doing trace repair, anything trace repair, even though it worked before, I think anything trace repair is considered a hey, I fixed it thing. So there we go, victory. Hey, I fixed it. Okay, so let's get out this guy again, because this is the weird one. I don't know if anybody got to see the special features of this one. This one has all kinds of special features, bonus content. Alright, so let's see if it actually turns on again. So, no. Okay, let's see what happens when we hook up a charger. So, we hook up a charger, and we're getting 200 and... Alright, 400 slow charge. Do I get a charger symbol on the screen? Nope, no charger symbol on the screen. Okay, so now I'm not getting anything outputted on the screen, and I dropped to, okay, so it dropped to 200, and it's weird. So I was getting outputs on the screen before. I believe the backlight is on. Let's check to make sure to see if the backlight is on. And see, I got nothing on this side now. So the whole thing reset. So now if I unhook the battery, plug the battery back in, and plug it on this side, I'll have 15 volts. And it'll jump up to there, and then you should be able to see that the backlight is on. See, you can see the backlight is on. So, backlight is on. Now it dropped to 0.092 amps. Nothing on the screen. So, there is definitely some issue going on here other than the screen, intermittent screen. But like I said, I have backlight and I do get image periodically, but there seems to be something more going on here. I'm not sure what it is, but now I see. Now it reset completely, and I'm drawing no power whatsoever. So now I'm drawing no power, which is strange. Why do I have no power? But what if I go this way? Now, yep, again, no power. But if I disconnect the, well, does it turn on with that battery? And again, the backlight comes on. It's no output to the screen. So I think my screen connector is a little bit dodgy still. I think the USB port's probably a little iffy. And M92 may be a little out of whack. So, hey Andy, how's it going? So, I am not sure where to start here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this out of here and try to figure out what the short thing is. Not the short, but the rebooting thing. It's doing this weird rebooting thing. So we are going to see if we can't figure that out. Okay, so just come out. That cable out of there. Alright, so this will come out. Oh, no, it won't come out yet. It's got a screw in it. It's not a great screwdriver. Okay, so this is giving me error code 21011 or 2101-0001, and the screen is intermittent, and it now does this reboot thing with the battery connected. So I thought it was the battery, and then after trying multiple different batteries, I get the same issue. So we are going to take a look at this thing again. So I thought when I got it to turn on and it was working, and then I tore that pad, and then I just made this one. This one has become a disaster. So let's hook up our battery to it. And see what we get here with the battery. We get slow charging current. And then it drops down to 0.094. And then it sits there. So what I want to know is what my battery voltage is at the coil. So meter software. Okay, so let's check our voltages here. I should be ready to see that. So our battery voltage is lovely 4 volts. Coil is 4 volt 3. It's falling. No, it's holding. Other side of the coil. Yep, So let's check. Let's check standby voltage on the back. So my standby voltage is going to be, get under the scope here. Of course, the pin's got solder all over it. Let's go to the big one, and so is it overheating? No alarms or anything?
Nope.
Yeah, so that's not overheated yet, so he's going to keep testing it for me. So I want to check for standby voltage right here.
Apply it till it overheats.
And I have my 4 volts. That's a permanent 4 volts. I'm supposed to have that. So that is, yeah, we're just seeing if it overheats. I'm trying something, buddy. You'll be able to play it more. If you want to stop right now, that's fine.
Yeah, I watch YouTube.
Okay, let me have it back, buddy.
Yep.
Okay, so he's been playing this, and it doesn't feel warm or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the home screen and turn it off here and call it there. We'll call this one fixed. So I'm going to put it back in its home, and I'm going to run more tests of it offline just to make sure it's not going to overheat or anything like that. It also has to put more screws in it, but I want to test it more with that thermal pad, because I don't know if that thermal pad's going to be permanent or not. It might be a thing. We'll see. So that is a successful trace repair and a unit fixed. I just need to get it cleaned up and screws put in it, and this one will be ready to go. So that's exciting. So all we have left is this disaster of number 3 that doesn't even turn on anymore and does this weird boot cycle. So if I plug this in now, what do I get? I'm getting 5 volts, and so now it's not even having USB detect. So I am not sure here. Let's take a look at that port again. Let's take a look at the port. Port looks dirty, but not mangled up. So oh, you guys are just talking among yourselves? Okay, so alright, so port seems fine. Let's just do another visual inspection of the board here. Someone said the other day that that MOSFET above M92 looked bad, or yeah, M92 looked bad. Let's just take a look at this jumper I did here, and let's just see if there's any issues with that. Okay, so there's the jumper I ran. It appears to be connected. M92, if we look at it, looks good. Let's go big. So M92 looks good. That resistor is way off. Way off the board, but it is connected to that jumper that's connected to that pad. So I think that's fine. Can't focus. Which way does it go? Oh, I'm too close. I gotta go up a little bit. So there is another angle of M92. Jumper appears to be attached. The resistor is definitely attached. So let's check over here. Wait a minute, what is this? Is that a solder bridge? Yeah, that is a solder bridge. Alright, let's flip on the iron and get rid of that. So that could be an issue. Let me get just some flux here. Alright, so I had some bridges right in here. There we go. So those were bridged. So that could have been causing me the weird boot thing when it went to boot. I don't know. So bridges aren't good, so I figured we'll get rid of it. I'm not even sure if it was a bridge. It was like a little tail of solder, so it could have been a bridge. Hopefully that didn't blow M92. Could have very well blown M92. Okay, so let's check it again. Thank you, Andy. Let's try this again here. So, okay, again, it goes to 2, then 1.7.175, and it's just going to stay there. So it's drawing more current than it did before. But that is slow charge, and this battery shouldn't be slow charging. So if I look at the battery voltage, battery voltage is 4.1. It is climbing, so it is slow charging. What is my coil? 4.1, so it is giving me the correct on the coil. Yep, the coil is reading correctly, but I'm getting what do I get? What kind of current draw do I get without the battery? So I get nothing without the battery. I get 15 volts and absolutely nothing with no battery. And I think I should have something with no battery connected. So what I first want to do is flush that port out. Because it's got some goo in there. Where is my little soft brush here? Okay. That's weird. So this is a very soft brush. I was trying to get any flux residue that's out of there. That's in there, out of there. Okay, so can of air. It was there the whole time. So was it drawing? Oh no, it's not drawing anything, Phil. It's drawing, oh, now it's drawing nothing. It was drawing something for a second and then it went to 0. So I can show you that again. With no battery, it will draw 0.06 and then drops to nothing. So it draws something for a second and then completely shuts down. So, and with the battery, it will draw current and then it will slowly die that current down. So it'll draw that and then it slowly backs down the current. It is charging the battery, but that's about all it's doing. So, yeah. Okay, well there you go, the battery's connected. That's what it's drawing. Which it is charging the battery, but it, a little bit ago, it was drawing half an amp and charging the battery. And it just does this thing when it tries to boot. It resets the meter and then it draws absolutely no current whatsoever. Now here's the interesting part. If I unhook this meter, I hook this meter right here and I plug it back in. Okay, it was doing the 5 volt thing before. The battery's almost full. The battery is 4.1, so it's almost full. So we'll try it with a less battery. I mean, it doesn't have to be with that test battery. It does it with all things. So if I put it in its home, and just hook up the battery, and I plug in the meter, battery hooked up, it will draw, yep, still the same thing, and then it went up to 0.4, and then it will charge the battery to enough, but it won't turn on. So, and then if I go to the other side, it does the same thing, and see, now it's going to call me a liar and work. So this is going to call me a liar now. So let's try it again. Let's hook it up to the screen and see what we get. Oh, of course. So let's hook it up to the screen and see what kind of nonsense we can get it to do this time. I don't mind things being broken, but be consistent on how you're broken. Don't, like, be broken and then change how you're broken, 3 times while I'm trying to fix it. Okay, so let's get the backlight in here. Zoom that out. Okay, let's get the power button hooked up. Okay, so power button's hooked up. I'm not going to put the screw in it. Okay, so let's see here. What do we get now? So we plug the charger in, and we get, for nothing on the screen. Oh, see, there it goes. It just dropped down to 0.93. There it goes. See, it wanted to boot, the backlight came on, and then it dropped to 0.09. So that's what it was doing. So the backlight turned on, and then it dropped down to that current. And then if I unplug it, plug it back in, it reads 5 volts, 0 amps. So the whole thing has been tripped and reset. So now, no matter what I do, if I plug that charger in, it's, now it says 15 volts, but still 0 amperage. So something is definitely shorted somewhere. The only way I can get it to do anything again is if I unhook the battery. But as I said, the backlight is currently on. So, and nothing on the screen. So, and then the whole weird issue with the RAM shield is gone. That it was turning the screen on and then turning it off. So that whole thing is weird. So the whole thing is... Yeah, back to 5 volts, 0 amps. So, I'm not sure on this one. No battery signal. I was getting battery signal. BQ resets by disconnecting the battery, but I don't think it's a BQ issue. I think it's more on the P13 M92 bandwagon on this one. The whole thing is weird because it does different things. Like sometimes the screen works and sometimes the backlight doesn't work. So it's doing different things at different times. So it's some kind of randomness that's going on. And I'm not sure what the issue is. Because at one point, I had it working and only charging on one side. And then I went from that to error code 210 01-0001. And then I went from that to intermittent screen with the error code, and now I have no display, backlight, and it's doing this weird charging thing. So, but before I changed the ribbon connector on this, and all I did was change the charging port, I was getting the same boot, crash, and not charge anymore. So I thought it was M92. I changed that. I thought it was the port. Changed that. So I guess P13 is on the list of stuff to do. If I haven't changed P13, I need to check my notes. But let's see if P13 looks changed. Let's see here. Does P13 look like it's been changed? I don't know. Alright, let's switch you to the microscope. There we go. So that's P13. It doesn't look like it's been changed. Before I move on, I want to check these filters here just to see if anything's happened to them. Continuity mode. Okay, so I just want to check these filters real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and check for some shorts to see if any shorts developed while I was having issues. Okay, that one's reading open. Oh, okay, never mind, I wasn't on it. No, the filters are fine. Let's check for this capacitor by P13 here. Probe on ground. Nope. Nope. No little capacitors around there. Let's just check around M92 again. So let's check around here. Wait a minute, what's going on here? No, I was touching something else. Alright, let's see here. Alright, let's check BQ, because it is doing that weird charging thing. No. What is going on here? Why is this capacitor not connected to ground. What? Why is that capacitor not connected to ground? It's a bypass cap. Okay, so what? Maybe it's not a bypass cap. Is these pins ground here? This must be a power line, and this isn't a bypass cap. Okay, well that. Okay, well, I thought there was something there, but I didn't look at the circuit well enough. BQ looks a little crusty. I didn't check this cap down here. Okay, so BQ looks a little crusty, so okay, so all right. Well, let's see here. Oh, Phil had to leave. Okay. I'm about done here anyways. So, I'm at a loss for this one. I really am. This does so many weird things. I'm going to have to change BQ and P13. But I also need to make a video. So I am going to change BQ and P13 on a video and not on a live stream. But we did fix number 2. It works. It docks. It has a thermal pad instead of thermal paste. So stay tuned for an update on how that's working. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope everyone has a fantastic day.